dishes in the morning because that's what I'm currently doing. So if you guys hear a bunch of background noise, that's why. Oh, welcome to my morning routine. I thought that I made this live stream horizontal, but I guess not. Let's get some better lighting in here. Oh, let's see. So, for those of you who don't know what a free advice live stream is, it's a live stream where I give you free advice. It's pretty. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. Hi, Lucas. Hi, buddy. I got my dog here. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's a little nervous, Nelly, right now because I'm the only one home. But a free advice live stream is something that my good friend Bradley Richards used to do on his YouTube channel. For those who don't know, Bradley Richards passed away earlier this year. I've been working with a lot of his top guys that were on his YouTube channel, and I've decided to take up the mantle of free advice live streams. What's up, Lucas, buddy? You all right? Oh, he's okay. So I'm just doing my morning chores and taking care of my pets. We got Nemo hanging out on the desk over there. It doesn't go there. Still finding my way around my new kitchen. But yeah, my good friend Bradley Richards used to do these free advice live streams. And so I've decided to do them in his stead. So if at anybody at any point, even if you're watching this video after it went live, if you have anything you want to ask some random 22-year-old, yes, I'm 22 now. If you watch my videos, you might have seen that it was just my birthday. And in fact, that's partially what I'm cleaning up from. I'm cleaning up from my birthday party that I had with a handful of friends last night, which was so much fun. And I guarantee probably every friend that was there will see this video. So thank you all so much for being there. Thank you for coming. It was a blast. I enjoyed it. And from what I understand, you guys enjoyed it too. So thank you. But if anybody watching, whether live or not, if you have questions that you want a random 22-year-old to answer, please give me your concerns, questions, and wonderments, because that's what I'm here for. In the meantime, I will be just talking out loud and doing my dishes, because that is how we do it. Sorry, copyright. Oh. You know what's frustrating, though, is that my voice is, what really is frustrating is the dishwasher, because it keeps coming off the track. My voice is just dead from the last few days of celebration and frivolous festivity, Halloween and my birthday. Yeah. I'm not complaining by any means. I'm just saying I don't know where this stuff goes. Putting it to the side while I figure that out. But yeah, my voice is almost completely dead. You probably can't hear it now because I'm letting it rest a little bit. But I won't be singing for a good while, just to let my voice recover. Wow, that measuring cup was full of water, and it just splashed everywhere. Bilkis, what's up, buddy? Mama will be back soon. Don't worry. Oh. So yeah, most of you probably don't know that I live with a dog now. I mean, I've lived with dogs before, but now in my new place, the new place I'm living, there's also a dog here. So that's cool. Yeah, he's a sweet little thing. I tell everybody that he's just a little nervous Nelly because he is. I think I'm putting everything where they belong. What's up? What's up, bud? You need some reassurance? I'm here. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. It'll be okay. Ugh. So, if any of you want to put anything in the chat, whenever you jump in the live, please absolutely do so. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. The last one I did was something I would not enjoy doing again. It wasn't terrible. Honestly, I expected it to be worse than it was. But it was the 12 hours straight of listening to every Taylor Swift song ever. I'm good. I'm good without doing that again. I'm a fan of one of the albums. I need to clean up this water that spilled on the floor. So give me a second to find a towel. You know what's funny actually? Nemo is over there at the desk and he's watching the live stream. I'm not even joking you right now. He's watching me on the screen over there because the live stream's playing over there so I can monitor it. And Nemo is sitting over there watching. Nemo is like the best staff member I have on my team. Speaking of staff members on my team, if you guys haven't, you should totally join the Discord community. Those links are on the YouTube page, my account. So you can go there and find the links to the Discord page. We're going to be doing events. We have some Christmas events coming up. Don't worry, not too early. But hello. Oh, you decided you wanted to be in the live stream instead of just watching it. Check it out. Look, you're on. You're on Frontline Center. I'd pick you up, Vilkis, but you're a little bigger than that. So Nemo's just going to crawl into the dishwasher and hang out down there. So I'm going to just wait for somebody. I'm going to wait for somebody to talk in the chat. I'm just going to do the dishes. So. Where's the sponge? The sponge would be phenomenal right now. I'm going to church today, but I decided that I don't want to wash dishes in my church clothes. So I'm wearing my non-sponsored Tea Turtle merch. Did you guys know that I did stand-up comedy? Or I've done it twice. 3 times. I've done it 3 times. Yeah, I've done. Ignore the crashing of dishes being thrown around. I've done stand-up comedy 3 times. The first time was in middle school for my talent show. Or rather, I auditioned for the talent show because I didn't get in. That goes away. Ugh. The second time I did it was the day after I turned 21, and Bradley Richards himself took me to my first bar for the sole purpose of performing at an open mic comedy event. And I absolutely smashed it out of the park. Humbly, I might add. I didn't know what I was doing. I had a vague idea of what I was going to talk about. But the owner caught me after my 3-minute set and told me that he thought I caught lightning in a bottle. That I might have been the funniest comic up there that night. Which is like dangerous to tell me because I can get a big head. But I decided recently, after moving up to Idaho, to try out some local open mic nights that I saw were happening. Because the guy who I first performed at his club, well, it wasn't a club, it was a bar, but the guy who first told me that I did really well, he said, wherever you go, you gotta keep doing this because you've got something good here. And that was like a really cool moment. Pretty sure that's like a core memory of mine at this point. And so I hadn't for a long time, but moving up to Idaho, I decided to try it out again. I went to this small little restaurant, well, bar. It was more of a restaurant though, and it was tiny. My kitchen is bigger than that place. And I stood on one side of the room with a microphone, and you did not need the microphone. Mm-mm. And I performed, and it didn't go over as well as I wanted it to, which, you know, in hindsight, happens. It happens. I'm gonna bring my garbage right here. One thing about comedy is that, especially starting out, you have to expect some flops. There's going to be nights where you don't get as many laughs as you want. There's going to be nights where your jokes don't land. That's just kind of how it works. But the problem with this is that I didn't record, and I didn't have a friend record the first time that I, slam dunked it out of the park. And the second time, there was a friend of mine there that helped record, but I didn't do so well the second time. So I've reviewed the footage to see if there's anything to salvage. And maybe it's a video I'm willing to share with friends and family, but post on the internet, no. I showed it to my cousin, one of my cousins, and he said that he thought I was genuinely funny. And this is a cousin who will roast me all the time, and he'll say, yeah, don't quit your day job, right? But he told me, he laughed. He thought that the jokes I gave were actually pretty funny. But the room full of less than 10 people that I was performing for was mostly just deadpan silent. And so we agreed that it was probably just not the greatest venue. I mean, it's cool that they do an open mic night, but if there's less than 10 people in the room, that's I didn't realize that was an option to perform for a room that had less than 10 people in it. But it is what it is. And my cousin and I agreed that it was probably just the venue. It was a tough crowd. He said, yeah, no, he had doubts. He didn't think I was going to be that funny. But he laughed at the video that I showed him while nobody else in the video was laughing. And he said, yeah, you just had a bad crowd. So maybe I'll go for it again. Maybe I'll try it again. I think the worst part about it, though, oh my gosh, I have a friend in the chat. What is up, Mr. Green, Detective Green? If you have any random questions for me, Any random things to get advice on, please put them in the chat as I finish my story here. Also, let me know if you can like hear me. Let me know if you can hear me well enough over the sound of me washing dishes. Where was I? Oh, the worst part about that comedy night was after I did my set. You can hear me. Okay, that's good. After I did my set and I finished doing all my jokes, the next guy to go up, because my jokes weren't landing with the crowd. So I started like doing a bit of crowd work, or at least it was my first time ever doing crowd work, so I didn't know what I was doing. But I think the crowd work could have gone worse. It was decent. The next guy to go up, he like, the first thing he said was, yeah, it's obvious this is only your second time. And also, small talk isn't crowd work. And he just like called me out in front of everyone. Again, a room with less than 10 people in it. So everyone doesn't mean that much. But he just like totally bashed at me. And like, I didn't like throw a pity party for myself or anything. But I was like, why'd you have to do that? Like, so kind of just came to the conclusion that it was just bad venue, bad crowd, if you could even call it a crowd because of how small it was. But anyway, so maybe I'll keep doing comedy, stand-up comedy some other time in the future. But I'd probably only go if I had like friends that I was going with. Going by myself has never been hype. No. And I would still be going. I would absolutely be going with my friend Bradley Richards if he was still around. But you know, whenever I do go, I'm thinking of him. So Detective Green asked how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty good. I already mentioned in this stream that I celebrated my birthday yesterday with a handful of friends, and I have a video I'm planning to make. Let's see. So a ghost town at a comedy club is wild. Also, what happened to Bradley? Oh, that is a good question. I've mentioned Bradley a few times on the stream already. These free advice live streams, these are something that Bradley Richards used to do on his YouTube channel. My good friend Bradley Richards. If you're on the Discord server, if you're on the Discord community, you might have seen that we have a channel dedicated to Bradley Richards, and that is because he passed away earlier this year. And I was fortunate enough to attend his funeral along with other friends and his family. But I've been working pretty closely with some of Bradley's old moderators and staff team. They've become personal friends of mine. And one of the things that I wanted to do is continue on some of Bradley's legacy. And one of the ways that I've decided to do that is by continuing his free advice videos, where every day he live streams, I don't know, for like an hour or something, and just gives away free advice. Bradley wanted to be focused on, well, first he was an insanely funny guy, and had his humor was just so out of pocket, but he wanted to he was very focused on like self-improvement. He really cared about his followers, his friends, his fans, you know, whatever. And he wanted to like help them out and give them like some life advice, I guess. So I decided that I wanted to start doing that. And shout out to his mod Stayer, who gave me some of his old thumbnails to continue using for the free advice videos. Benicio is in the chat talking about old diehard Bradley Richards people. Benicio says he's still very tired. Benicio was one of my honored guests at my birthday celebration last night. And yes, we were up very late. The party did go late, but us being up late was because I gave Benicio a ride back to his house, and we live about like 45 minutes away from each other. So I also slept quite soundly last night once I did get home. And I guess I should have texted you, Benicio, but I guess this is your sign that I made it home okay. Ugh. There are a lot of dishes. There are a lot of dishes to be done, but that's okay because I get to just mindlessly talk at a camera while I do so. Benicio, I believe you've seen Bradley's old free advice live streams. So, any tips, feedback, or advice? Anything I'm doing that I should do better? Detective Green, thank you for being so active in the chat. It's awesome to have somebody here. Remember, any questions, any advice you're looking for, please don't hesitate to ask. And if you'd like to keep it anonymous, I don't know how you would do that. So sorry. We'll figure something out like that in the future. I just realized there's a few dishes I forgot to put away. Yeah, I just got done doing the dishes 3 minutes ago. Whoa, dishes buddies. That's kind of funny. Boy. Yeah, I left a note for my parents because I was up so late. And I just wrote and I told them like, hey, thank you so much for letting me use the house to host the party last night. I know there's a bunch of dishes, but I just got home after taking my friends back to their houses. So I will do all the dishes tomorrow. And that was the note that I left them. I said, love you, thanks. And they were like, oh, thanks for the note when I saw them this morning. Because I don't know if I was going to see them before they went off to their church. But anyway. Dog accounted for. Cat accounted for. Cat is still. Nemo is watching the live stream still. Because Nemo is my biggest fan. He'll never tell you that. Because he's a grumpy teenager now. He is 6-ish months old. Something like that. Why did you stop making mashups? And what was your favorite mashup you made? All right. Not exactly advice, but I'll take a Q&A. Okay, why did I stop making mashups? Well, I have considered mashups. I might not be completely done making them. Oh, there was still water in that cup. That's so sad. What a tragedy. I might not be completely done making mashups, but I will admit that I haven't been making as many mashups. And the main reason is monetization, or rather lack of. Because making mashups, now that I've, reached my second monetization threshold and I get monetization for views and watch time, I want to be using less copyrighted material in my videos so that I can actually monetize on them, which means that the videos I make need to be more original content. Mashups, they do take some creativity and take some time to make, but that's not my original content. So, as far as I'm aware, I cannot monetize my mashups. So I've been focusing on making videos that I can monetize. And most of my covers, like where I'm singing, can't be monetized. So that's just because I've been using like backing tracks from the actual songs. And I want to slowly draw away from that But I think like while practicing just mixing and learning how to actually make a good cover, I'm allowing myself to just use, like previously made backing tracks. And then eventually I'll graduate to making my own instrumentals, whether computerized or playing on the piano, hint hint for a cover that's coming up. But yeah, I'm going to wash these hand wash dishes after I wash all the other dishes that go in the dishwasher. Oh, and you also asked. You asked what was my favorite mashup that I made. Well, about 80%, probably even more than that, of all my watch time that I have on YouTube. Definitely more than that, but a large chunk of my watch time on YouTube comes from my mashup that I made of I'm Blue and I'm Good, which is the easiest mashup I've ever made because it's the same song, just different vocals. But so that one's not my favorite. Whoops. That one's not my favorite one I've made, but it is the most popular by a landslide. Out of like my mashups, I'm pretty sure it takes like 99% of all watch time on my mashups. Vilcus, what's up? What's up, buddy? You're fine. Big stretch, big stretch. My dog was just whining. My favorite mashup that I've made might be the Dynamite mashup, where it's Teo Cruz and BTS. I mashed up the two Dynamite songs together. That was one of my first, like, from scratch mashups that I did. And I'm still really proud of that one. I've gotten to the point where for songs that I've made mashups of. Oh, another one I really like is Enemy by Imagine Dragons when I mashed it up with Gangsta's Paradise. Whenever either of those songs come on, I end up humming the other song along with it, like according to how I did the mashup. And that happens with a few songs that I've made mashups of. I'll never hear them the same. So Enemy will be playing and it's like, oh, the misery. And I'll be humming to myself, been spending all our time living in a gangster's paradise. Like in tempo with the Imagine Dragons song. So that's just a funny bit about mashups. So I think Enemy and Gangsta's Paradise is a mashup I did that I really like. And then I also really liked my Dynamite mashup. Who's moving? Hold on. Oh, it's just the wind. I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not like getting Skyrim guarditis. Somebody has a really high sneak score around here. Who's there? Well, it's probably just the wind. What is your best advice when trying to find a job and when singing a song? Those are two completely unrelated but awesome questions, and I love it. Thank you for giving me things to answer. My best advice for finding a job, it depends on what stage of life you're in. And because I know who's asking, I'm going to assume kind of that like I kind of know how to answer the question based off of your stage of life. My best advice for finding a job is first, accept that it's going to take work. Just accept it now that it might not be the funnest thing on earth, but that it's going to be necessary. Just accept it. Just accept it now. But that aside, not every job is awful. Not every job is terrible. In fact, I think most jobs are pretty manageable, and you can find ways to enjoy what you do, whatever it is that you're doing. When you are first looking for a job, when you're looking for like your first job, when you're a teenager, a young adult in high school or college, whatever, when you're looking for your first job, do not worry about like a career, right? For me, I want to create content, not necessarily YouTube specifically, but I want to write and act and sing. I want to do all those things. I have yet to have a job that is like specifically for those things. Well, sorry, I did have a seasonal job as a scare actor working the haunted corn maze, and that was so worth it. That was awesome. But whatever it is that you want to do long term, it's okay if your first job is at Taco Bell and you don't want to work at Taco Bell for the rest of your life, but like it's okay if your first job is something like that. My first job was Five Guys, and I loved my first job. It was fantastic. They forever have my loyalty, and there are many, many people who have heard me say that exact sentence. So I think first, accept that a job is a job. Like it's work. So like it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have stressful days. It's going to be a sacrifice out of your time schedule. You might not have as much free time as you would like. And that's okay. That's fine. It's a normal part of life. It's good to start getting used to that before you hit adulthood. And it makes it sound like a big scary thing. It's not. You'll be okay. There's shifts and changes to lifestyle as you get older, but it's not awful. It's just different. As far as actually finding a job, I actually have a lot to say about that. I have a lot of advice that I can give. You should first, you can straight up do pretend like you were born a century earlier and just go door to door looking for work, meaning like go to your shopping complex nearby and walk in and just ask if they're hiring, which can be scary if you're an introvert or your social skills aren't like super high. But just straight up, you don't have to walk in. You can call, like go on Google Maps and just go to each business in a shopping complex and call their number and ask if they're hiring. Most of them, in my experience, most of them will say, oh, we have an application. Like you'll have to go to our website to apply. Do it, right? Just go to their website, find out how to apply. If you're applying for Popeyes, Cinemark, Jimmy John's, whatever it is that you're doing, go to their website, apply, and write down a list of every place that you've applied for and the day that you submitted the application. As you job search, you'll have like a whole pool of things that you've applied for. As you job search, if you don't get a reply back within a couple of days, within, I would say 2 days, go down your list. That's why you write when you applied, when you're writing down what you've applied for. Every day, look at your list. And if there's a job that you applied for 2 or more days ago, then give them a call and say, hey, I applied for this job. I would just like to follow up and see if my application has been looked at. There's a couple things that does. One, they will tell you, oh, we're actually not hiring right now, but we'll let you know when a position is open. And you can pretty much cross that one off your list, right? Or they'll tell you, oh, yeah, let me get my manager real quick, and you'll get pretty much an on-spot interview on the phone. Or they'll schedule an interview with you. They'll say, oh, why don't you just come in? And the third thing that could do, what it always does, is it shows initiative. If you send a bunch of applications in and you don't follow up on them, you're going to be looking for a job for quite a while. But if you send in a bunch of applications and after a couple of days of sending an application, you call them and say, hey, I was just following up on the application to see if you guys have received it or not. they will be impressed by your initiative. They'll say, oh, this person actually wants a job. Let's think about giving them a job. So that's my biggest piece of advice is when you apply for a job, don't apply and then wait for them to get back to you because they might not ever get back to you. But if you reach out, then that instantly tells them that you're someone who's willing to work and that like you want to work. And you're exponentially increasing your chances of getting hired. I've had so many friends who have not listened to that advice and they complain to me that they haven't gotten a job or that it's hard for them to get a job. Not all my friends, not all of my jobless friends are like that. Some of them have good excuses, but there's plenty of friends that I've had who do not take my advice and then complain to me afterwards. And I love them dearly. But I would tell them, stop complaining to me if you're not going to take my advice. I have had many a job, and not because I got fired from any. I've never been fired from a job, but mostly just because I've either moved around or circumstances have changed, right? But when you have a job, especially starting out, try to keep it for at least 6 months or more. Like if you have a job for less than 6 months, it doesn't look really good on a resume because it means that you're not committed and you won't stay there for a long time. I do have a few jobs on my resume where I was there for less than 6 months, and I don't recommend that. So take a look at your finances and take a look at your schedule, your time, especially like long term. Decide how long you want to be working somewhere and be honest with an employer in an interview with how long you want to be working there. They're going to want somebody who will be there for a while, but it's still good to be honest if you're not planning on being there for a while, because maybe that job just won't be a good fit for you if you're not planning on being there for a while. I think that's most of my advice for getting a job. Practice interview questions. Oh, my last piece of advice is if you're in an interview, usually at the end of the interview, they'll ask you like, do you have any questions? Always ask a question because it shows interest in the job. If you're like, nope, I'm all good, then they're like, okay. But if you ask a question, it tells them that you're actually thinking about this job, and it further increases your chance of getting hired, of them having interest in you. If you can't think of a question to ask, or if you don't have a question, just ask about the dress code. Just ask, is there a dress code? What should I be wearing? Right? That's always a good default question to go through. If they've already told you about the dress code, you can ask for clarification on the dress code or something like that. But yeah, always ask a question at the end of the interview. Ask them a question about the job, and it'll show that you're actually interested in it. So yeah, that is my job getting advice. And now you've asked for advice about singing a song. I think I am underqualified to answer this question, but I will anyway. Give me just a second though, as I shift more of the dishes on the counter to the sink. Okay. Oh, I forgot. There's actually. Yeah, you're funny. 1 second passed. Excuse me. I need a towel. That's what I need. Give me 15 seconds. I am a silly guy. The towels aren't back there. They're over here in this drawer. I'm back. You can stop counting now. I don't know if that was 15 seconds or not. All right. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. I need some water because I've been talking for a while. Mm. Okay. My advice when singing a song might need a little bit more specific of a question than that because there's a lot that goes into singing a song. Um, are you asking for like something specific that you're going to be doing soon, or just in general advice for singing a song? Um, I would say the first thing that comes to mind while I wait for you to answer that question is um, like song choice. When choosing a song to sing, assuming that you're doing it for like an audition or if you're doing a cover on YouTube or whatever it is that you're doing, when choosing a song to sing, there's going to be songs that you want to sing really badly, but if they're not in your range or they're just not a good fit for your voice, you just might not have to sing it. Like both making a cover and making a song. Okay. Um, hmm, excuse me. Yeah. Unfortunate reality is that there are some voices that just won't. Sorry, some songs that just won't fit your voice, and that's totally fine because there are a bajillion songs that will fit your voice. Um, oh, this is a lot. So don't like beat yourself up if you can't sing the high notes in Wicked and you're a guy because Kristen Chenoweth is just out of this world. And and those notes weren't meant for a guy to sing. They were meant for Kristen Chenoweth to sing. So if there's a song that you really like and you really want to do a cover of it, but it just doesn't fit your voice, that's okay. It's like it sucks a little bit. There's plenty of songs that I would love to do a cover of. My voice just doesn't fit it. And that's totally fine because there are a bajillion other amazing songs that my voice does fit. Like it is a good fit for my voice. Not my voice right now because my voice is dying right now. But oh, there are the pots. Okay. Was this clean or did I just watch this? It was clean. It was clean. Anyway, I don't know where the rest of this goes. As far as singing a song, practice it beforehand. Like listen to if you can get sheet music, actually like look at what the notes are, plunk them out on a keyboard or a piano. But like listen to the notes if you don't have any experience singing like in like a choir or anything like that. Like listen to the pitches and the notes and sing it out loud. Um, ask somebody to give you honest feedback. Ask a friend who will like don't ask your mom because your mom will just be like, "Oh yeah, it sounds good, honey." Like if you bring them like a as a kid you bring them a drawing and it's stick figures and they're like, "Oh, you're such an artist," right? It's because our moms love us, right? And they want to make us feel good about ourselves. But like talk to a friend or somebody, it might be your mom who will be brutally honest with you, but like talk to a friend and ask them um like how it sounds. Ask them if you can sing a song for them and like tell them that you want honest feedback. Tell them that you want like if you sound awful, you want them to tell you, right? Because it's better to know, right? Even if the answer is, yeah, I just don't think you're a singer, don't take that as, oh, I suck at singing. Take that as, I'm not a singer right now, or I'm not a singer yet, right? I feel like anybody can learn, anybody can figure it out, right? It just takes time and it takes practice. You might need a voice coach, something like that. Don't expect yourself to be Kristen Chenoweth or Hugh Jackman or Lady Gaga, or like don't expect yourself to be like one of the amazing, like popular famous singers, because they have years and years of technical training and auto-tune. They also have auto-tune. But yeah, that's singing is a very refined art. I think people don't realize like how much technique goes into it. It engages if you can't tell, I really have lost my voice. But singing engages like your whole body, from your core up your lungs, your throat, your diction with your mouth, your tongue, your teeth. Like singing is a very technical skill that people who do it for a living have to like think. They have to think about these technical things all the time. It's not just like talent that somebody's born with. It's a skill. Um, so yeah, if you want any more specific advice than that, go ahead and ask in the chat. But that's what comes to mind first when you ask about like singing. If there's any advice that I have on singing, knowledge is power. Just remember that. Yeah, the more you know, the better you can be at something, the more skills you possess. It's one of my life goals to learn as many languages as I can. Right now, I've got English under my belt, and I am also semi-fluent in Spanish. I want to do a Spanish cover of a song sometime soon, actually. Let's see. We're at 45 minutes-ish. So I'll probably keep the stream going for another 15 minutes. So if you got any more advice questions to ask, if you want me to elaborate on anything we've already talked about, we can absolutely revisit something we were already talking about. If you have more questions on that. I've thought about making like instruction videos, like how-to videos for things that I know how to do. Like maybe some drawing how-to videos or something like that. Or even like making some Spanish how-to videos. Like let's learn the Spanish alphabet together. Or whatever, right? I've been thinking about making some videos like that, because I know those are some things that people would search and that people would watch, because I've watched stuff like that when I need help learning something. I mean, I've been learning how to animate recently, and I've been learning from other people's YouTube videos and then making my own about my progress, my journey in learning how to animate. Oh, also James, I banish you to the Shadow Realm. Goodness, please don't. I like it here where I am right now. If you banish me to the Shadow Realm, then the stream would have to end, and that would be really sad. Of course, the stream will end soon anyway, but... Also, you should let me know if there's like a better time of day to do a free advice live stream. Because I think Bradley Richards used to do them in the evening time. I just know that I'm going to be with my family this evening, so I decided to do it right now. While I have some time, I'm just doing dishes. Doing dishes can actually be kind of therapeutic, though. I mean, as a kid, I was like, no, I don't want to do the dishes. But as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I'll do them. I feel like we've had a decent string of topics that we've talked about so far. This has been nice. So I appreciate the questions, Mr. Green. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I could expect anyone in my first free advice live stream, but I'm glad that I did have 2 friends pop in. This was nice. I'm keep adjusting the water temperature so I'm not scalding my hands. I'm just glad that none of my spoons have like revolted against me while I've been washing them. I'm glad none of them have fought back. All right. Also, you should play Cat Mario. Cat Mario. That's from like the new Mario game, isn't it? I haven't had a console to play games on in general. Just like freely for a while. That also happens as an adult. You get busy. I do want consoles. I want to play video games with like my future children. I don't want to play video games with my friends and stuff. It's a Japanese game. Oh, Cat Mario. We're not talking about Nintendo, are we? Because Nintendo is still Japanese. You can play it in browser. I've seen that. I know what you're talking about. Cat Mario. Okay, maybe I will. We'll do a gaming react to Cat Mario. Could be fun. I've seen. I haven't sat down to watch people play it, but I've seen like images and stuff. So like I've heard of it. I have another game. Who knows? It could be funny. It probably will be funny. I've been told I'm a funny guy. People either say it in the context of funny looking or you are mildly comedic to watch flail around on a screen while you play a scary or frustrating game. I have another game that I think is similar to Cat Mario that I already have on my phone. I'm like getting ready to do a video playing it. Where's that towel again? It's over here. All right. Got about 5 minutes. Also, why did YouTube make your profile picture inverted? I don't know. Is my profile picture inverted? I can't see it. Let me go look on the live stream. It's playing over here. Do you mean my little icon that's in the corner of the screen, like right over there? I think it's right over there. Hold on. Wait. No. Right over there. Because I'm seeing myself flipped right now. I can see myself right now in this camera. But you're seeing me like I'm looking at the words on my shirt and they're backwards right now. But you're seeing them not backwards, the right side. So anyway, there's an icon over there. There's an icon over there where it's like a little yellow guy. That was my old profile picture. My new one has more of like a blue background. Is that what you're talking about? What's up? What's up, buddy? Aw. Yeah, I just haven't changed that icon over there yet. I haven't changed that icon. Probably should, just because it's old. It's old, but I've been thinking about making a new icon for myself anyway, so who knows? Oy, this is gonna be a beast to get through. This is the remains. Well, there's already like some soap on it, which is gross. But like, this is the remains of our pizza last night, and it's all stuck to this pan. And I don't know how I'm gonna get this all out. I'm probably gonna have to like soak this like hardcore. But I don't have many things that are big enough to hold this. The sink isn't even big enough to hold it. Oh boy. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we got like 5 minutes left to the stream. So any last questions? Throw them in the chat. Okay, this stuff does pop out. That's decent. We can work with that. Before you end the stream, can you say all that? FOLF. I don't know that word. What is that? Can I say all that what in a random voice? And also, it was half pepperoni, half olives last night. Yeah, it's coming off slowly. It's just kind of making a mess. Folk. Can you say all that, folk? In a random voice. All that, folk. You want me to say the phrase "all that, folk" in a random voice? The first one that came to me was just the. I'm tired. You're good. You got all that folk standing outside my window. All that folk. Oh, is that what you wanted? Yeah, that's going to take a while. We're going to return to that later. There's a few things here that are going to take a bit to clean. So before we end the stream, I'll just remind anybody who may watch this later, because I'm pretty sure my good friend Mr. Green is the only person on right now, but these streams, I'll go back to watching James fail to clean dishes. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so free advice streams will happen every day, as often as I can remember to do it. Detective Green, you're so funny. Well, in this episode, we have James failing to clean a pizza pan. Well, the pizza was delicious, and that's what I cared about. We put like a ton of cheese on that pizza too. That has nothing to do with cleaning the pan. I just thought it was funny. Our pizza was drowning in cheese, but it was actually really good. So yeah, these free advice streams will happen every day, or as often as I remember to do them. Starting off, I'll probably do them for like an hour or so, but maybe in the future they'll be shorter or longer. I don't know. See, this dish is pretty clean. I think it's pretty clean. Oh, my nose is itchy, but I don't know why. Buddy, you're okay. Oh. Well, this is the end of the stream now. So thank you for being here, Mr. Green. I'm glad Benicio was able to drop in for a second too. We're going to go ahead and close the stream. You guys have a good Sunday. Happy November, because it's my month now. My birthday's November 1st, so that's it's my month. We're in between my two favorite holidays, Halloween and Christmas. So I'm slowly weaning off of the Halloween hype, get into the Christmas spirit eventually, not right away. But anyway, thanks for being here. And thank you to anybody who watched after the fact. We will see you tomorrow, next time. Wow, tomorrow. Am I really going to do this every day? Yeah, I am. Absolutely, I am. Okay, now I just got to figure out how to end the stream. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, bye, guys.